world moves fast. Your workday? Even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use. Helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize. So you can cut through clutter and clear a path to your best work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
Hey there, it's Kim, and welcome to the audio version of my daily tech newsletter, The Current, read by nearly 1 million people every single day. Now let's get into today's newsletter for Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. Before we dive in, here's a fun trivia question for you. In 2024, scientists launched a satellite made almost entirely of wood, like actual tree in the forest wood. Why wood? Were they looking for that rustic vibe in orbit, or is something sneakier going on? So what do you think? Is it A, it's cheaper to manufacture in bulk? B, it protects from solar radiation? C, it reduces pesky space junk? Or D, wood lets Wi-Fi breathe free? Stick around and I'll give you the answer at the end. Now, today we're diving into something absolutely wild. AI that can actually understand what your dog is trying to tell you. Yes, really. Plus, AI shopping assistants that might buy you a kayak you don't need, and the weirdest app trend I've seen in a while. Let's jump in. Okay, so picture this. You walk in the door, and instead of just barking at you, your dog actually says, "Hey, sorry about chewing up your expensive shoes." That's basically where we're headed, folks. There's been this massive breakthrough in animal communication AI, and it's not just gimmicky apps anymore. Companies showed off some seriously impressive stuff at CES 2026. We're talking AI collars that create a complete digital twin of your pet, tracking behavior, biometrics, even the environment, to spot when something's wrong before you'd ever notice. And here's the cool part. They're using the same AI world models that teach machines how humans move and behave, except now they're training it on massive libraries of animal videos and audio. The AI maps ear position, tail movement, posture, vocal patterns, all to predict what your pet is actually feeling. Now, full disclosure, we're probably about 60% real science and 40% hopeful thinking at this point. You're not going to have philosophical debates with your pug anytime soon, but detecting distress or early signs of illness, that's happening now. And it's a pretty big deal. Oh, and if you want to see this stuff in action, there's a dog on TikTok called Bunny the Sheepadoodle, 8 million followers, who uses these recordable buttons to communicate. It's like watching a canine Einstein at work. Speaking of pet tech, if you head over to the full newsletter in your inbox today, I've got a whole section on pet gear deals that are actually useful. There's a 4K pet camera that's 21% off right now. It auto-tracks your pet as they move around and has colored night vision. Perfect if you've got a pet with separation anxiety, or let's be honest, if you have separation anxiety about leaving them. Plus grooming tools, cleanup supplies, and you can find the links to all of them in the newsletter. All right, speaking of relationships with non-humans, this next story it's something. There's a student in Atlanta who, after a rough breakup, decided to date an AI chatbot named Julia. And he's not just chatting with her. He's talking about raising real-life children with her someday. And he's serious. Wow. Sure, the tech is filling real gaps in people's lives, but I don't know about you. When the cloud starts co-parenting, it feels like we missed a meeting. All right, now here's one that's either super convenient or mildly terrifying, depending on how you feel about impulse purchases. Google just turned Gemini into your personal shopper. You literally tell the AI what you want, and it buys it for you. No tabs, no website browsing, just boom, purchased. They built this universal shopping protocol with everyone: Target, Walmart, Shopify. First it's socks, then it's outdoor gear, and suddenly you're explaining to your credit card company why your AI thinks you're an avid camper. Both ChatGPT and Microsoft Copilot added purchasing options last year, so expect to see this buy button rolling out everywhere soon. Convenient? Absolutely. Dangerous for your wallet? Also absolutely. Okay, this one's both genius and slightly dark. There's an app called Are You Dead that's topping the charts right now, especially in China where it's rebranded as Demumu. Here's how it works. You tap a ghost button every 2 days, miss it, and your emergency contact gets pinged. It's like a wellness check, but way less awkward than actual human conversation. Android's had this feature built in, but now iPhone users are all over it. In a world where people live alone more than ever, it's kind of brilliant. Morbid, but brilliant. Now, speaking of staying safe with technology, and this is really important, There's critical info in the full newsletter that you are going to want to go back and read about. It's about something called the OMG cable. It's a hacker charging cable that looks exactly like a normal iPhone or USB-C cable, but inside is a tiny computer that can steal your data, inject keystrokes, and phone home over Wi-Fi. They're only $200 online, which means bad actors can easily get their hands on them. So that free charging cable someone left at the airport gate? Yeah, don't plug it in. The newsletter breaks down exactly what to watch out for, especially when you're traveling. Check your inbox or sign up now for free at getkim.com for the full details. You definitely don't want to learn about this the hard way. Oh, and I can't forget the trivia from earlier. Did you know that in 2024, scientists launched a satellite made almost entirely of wood, like actual tree from the forest magnolia wood? Well, the answer is C. It reduces pesky space junk. When wooden satellites burn up on re-entry, they leave absolutely no trace. No metal debris, no pollution, nothing. Pretty clever, right? Why? Not for aesthetics. It's because when wooden satellites burn up on re-entry, they leave absolutely no trace. No metal debris, no pollution, nothing. Today we're launching more satellites than ever, and we'll probably have 100,000 in orbit by 2030. And we've already got over 130 million pieces of space debris smaller than a centimeter zipping around at 17,500 miles per hour. That means that even a tiny metal bolt can hit a space station with the force of a hand grenade. So yeah, wood actually makes a lot of sense. All right, folks, that's all for today's episode. If you love this on-the-go version of the newsletter, share it with a friend who needs to know about AI pet translators or hacker charging cables. And make sure you're signed up for my newsletter at getkim.com so you can get all the details, links to the best deals, and everything else we covered today. There's so much more in there. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and maybe don't plug in random cables you find at the airport. Hey, let me know what you think about these podcasts. There's a special address. podcasts@komando.com. That's podcast with an S, of course. PODCASTS at komando.com. Oh, by the way, a couple of people read those notes, so make sure that you're always kind of nice. Again, podcasts@komando.com. Let me hear from you.